All right, here's the Torreya Grove right in the center there. Over here, Jack. The grove of Torreya taxifolia is right there where Jack's coming up from. You can see it in the center of the picture. We're here before most of the deciduous has begun to spring out. Nice overcast day. I'm standing here because this dead tree here signifies how far this grove has been able to move on its own. Right there is a branch of a Torreya taxifolia naturally seeded. Yeah, Jack, show us that tree back there. What's your estimate on how tall it is?
The big ones?
Yeah, no, just this little one right here.
I would say 7.5, 8 feet.
Okay, what's its just a DBH on it?
About 1.5 inches.
Yeah, okay. All right. And there's another one just to the right of it. Let me walk around to that side there. Okay. Big rhododendrons grove here. So here's that dead tree again. And right here you can see the base. Yeah. There's another Torreya. Okay, so panning over here, this is the grove and we're going to walk over there, but on our way we're going to really just kind of count some of the seedlings we see along the way. So let's get started. So here's the grove again and we're walking towards it, and here is a little seedling. Any estimate on how old that is?
12 inches tall.
Okay.
It has one, two, looks like 4 limb whorls from the lowest whorl.
Does it have any triplet or quadruplet leaf buds coming out of either the terminal or
triplets?
Triplets. Okay. Let's take a look down on top of it here. It looks pretty healthy.
Triplet.
Okay. Well, there's a little green thing coming out of the terminal. It's going to put that up this year. And look at triplet there. A singlet there. Yeah, looks pretty healthy. Let's take a look around here and see what kind of, we got a dead tree there. What do we have right by us here?
This black cherry.
Okay, so
you have liriodendron.
Yeah, so here's looking straight up. Those green leaves is liriodendron already leafing out. And what's this right next to me here?
That's liriodendron also.
Okay.
There's red maple.
Okay.
Basswood.
Oh yeah, quite a liriodendron here. What was this dead tree? Can you tell?
It's a red maple.
Oh, the red maple. What was that dead tree back there, that big one that we took the first picture of?
That was a white pine.
That was a white pine?
Yeah, see the limb whorls?
Okay, so that's where we began the picture, right there. And here we're looking around. That's the road. Now the other conifers that we see here, there's some hemlocks that are still alive, some young ones, and some kind of a non-native fir, because again, this is the Harbison farm, the great botanist, and he planted exotic species, and at that time Torreya taxifolia from Florida would have been regarded as an exotic species. Okay, so here's the parents of those other kind of exotic firs that also
okay, so
are
that's
planting
where
themselves.
they came from.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so because some of they've also been dispersing really well. So here we are coming up to the old grove, and Jack's going to do a DBH on each of the originals.
The circumference is 43 3/4 inch.
43 3/4.
Circumference.
Okay, circumference. Now while he's getting the next one, I'm going to take a look at the root suckers here. Again, very prominent. This is on the sunny side, so the tree, you know, is pretty smart. This is as much sun as you get here.
Okay, this is 52.
Oh, let me go back to that one. 52, wow. Okay, and there's some nice
Suckers.
Hey, what about that one right there, that tall one? Is that
Sucker.
Does that have any leaf on it, or is it dead?
No, it's alive.
Okay, so it's got some multiples coming out there. All right, what do we have on this
Here's
one?
one 21 and a half.
21 and a half. What happened to this tree? Why does it looks like it lost its top and then it came up again? Yeah. Let's take a look at the stump sprouts here.
16 and a half.
Okay, hold on. So here's the stump sprouting from this one. And what's interesting, we're going to see another example of this. No one tends his property, so look at it laying something out there, try getting some sun. Okay, so we've got a 16 and a half. That's not one of the originals, obviously.
Forty-four and a half.
44 and a half. Okay, and then there's one behind there.
Blue stump sprouts.
The stump sprouts there. Look at this one here. This one's got some growing out of this side.
31 inches.
How much was that again?
31.
So, do we discern that all these have stump sprouts?
Yes, they all do.
Okay, okay. Now let's take a look at, let me go up here. Here I'm standing in the middle of the grove, and this is all, it looks very healthy. I haven't seen any sign of disease, have you?
No.
No sign of disease here. This is quite a grove, standing here underneath the biggest one. Right by the trunk. There's what we got. And we're moving over here to the next biggest one. That's what we've got. So this is quite a little grove here. And let me move down. It's a good place to look at the stump sprouting and the soil. Underneath here, I see some white oak leaves that are blown in from somewhere, but basically, oh, here's some interesting. Look at the stump sprouting here. It did something here, but it's not able to do anything on that shady side. So again, this is by the biggest one, and here's the forest bottom here. It looks to me like the darkness of a hemlock grove. And here's quite a basal sprout. Oh no, this is a lower limb. Look at that. Sending out lower limbs on this side.
This is an interesting lower limb and it's died.
Yeah, so that was, look at those lower, oh my gosh, and the one right at your head. Look at that one.
This one's alive.
That one is?
Yeah, it's alive.
Right at its end, and then up there, farther.
It's the bigger one.
Look at how far that goes. Is this a Liriodendron right there?
It is, yes.
Okay.
There's
All right.
buckeye in this forest.
Buckeye too. Okay, here's the one with the limbs reaching out towards the sun, and there you can see the basal sprouting all ready to go in case something happens. This one, oh my gosh. Okay, so that one is a basal sprout that comes out, and then look at the long branches. This one is looking for sun. It's looking for sun. Now Jack's heading out over to the side that has a very long one. I'm going to head out there too, but again, take a look at the forest floor here. Get a sense of what some of the surrounding trees are. Whoa. What's this? Are these just dropped? Yeah, these are just dropped. Okay. All right. Here's the outermost tier of branches from here. You can see reaching out on this side too. There's the house over in there. You can see the fence on it. This is heading out here along the side, heading down to this side. Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got a. See how big the seed shadow was. This was. Wait, show me the dead hemlock again.
The dead hemlock is here.
Oh, okay. So we got a dead hemlock here. You can see the difference in bark. What hemlock, it's much more gray than the brownish.
And this has a diameter of 17, a circumference of 17 inches.
Okay. And this is one I took a picture of, 2006, because you can see, as we go over here, it rolled or got planted right on the edge of this ditch thing here. Wow, it's got a beautiful basal sprout coming up here. But the road's just right over there.
So 17 inches?
Okay. What are the trees we have around us here?
This is a white oak.
My gosh, is it still alive?
It is.
It's huge.
And red maple.
Okay, red maple to the right of it.
Basswood.
Okay, hold on. So we're right here. Oh, here's how far it reaches out on this side, and it reaches out farther over towards the road. How tall would you guess this Torreya is here? From
14 feet.
Okay, so about 14 feet up to the top. Again, looks really healthy. This is what shades it. And this is what it's growing on. All right, so turning around here, here's the oak. Wow, is this a white oak here too?
Basswood.
Oh, basswood. Okay. My gosh, look at the size of that thing. Okay, and moving here, what's that deciduous tree up there, Jack, that I'm looking at right in front of the grove that's got its leaves? Is that an ash? It can't be an ash. What is that?
Too far away to see.
Okay. So there's the grove. Nice little grove. Here's what the surrounds look like. The trees moving in that direction get really huge, but this is also a great basswood. What'd you find down there, Jack?
Another one.
Okay, I'm going to come around on this side and do a telephoto. So, what's it next to there that lost its top?
This is a yellow buckeye.
Okay, that's what was up there that I couldn't identify. Yellow buckeye. All right. So this is a long, long way. And the top is right about in the center of the picture there.
The circumference is 11 inches.
11-inch circumference, okay. How far would you estimate that's from the grove? 30 yards, okay. So here's what it looks like here. Oh, Jack, talk about this Mayflower, or this Mayapple clump. Would this have been original?
Should have been. It's colonial. They produce underground rhizomes.
Yeah.
There's trillium in here.
Yeah, I've
Trillium
spotted some.
maculatum.
Oh, and I've also spotted several...
American holly.
Yes, American holly is down here. In fact, that's what that is right
And
there.
this is the Chinese wisteria that's invaded.
Uh-huh. So, and there's these two oaks in here, but that's the holly. Now, when I got lost and you couldn't find me, I was going way over onto this hill here. I was trying to find the extent of the seed shadow. We found it on that side. You see better than I do on this stuff, but I didn't find anything over there. What's your theory?
So I would say 30 yards on this side, and I would say 40 yards on the other side.
Okay. And what's your estimate of how many seedlings we've actually found?
Oh, let's see, away from the main grove?
Yeah, away from the main grove.
Probably 8 to 10.
Okay. Let's take a look at this unusual branch coming out. Yeah. Okay, let me get to the side here. We can see how far it's reaching.
This branch is approximately 20 feet long.
20 feet long, because that trunk right in the center is, what kind of tree is that?
That's
Buckeye.
a buckeye.
Buckeye. And so it's coming right along the ground from inside the grove there. So...
But it does not appear to be rooted down.
Yeah, so it doesn't have the capacity. Now, Jack, your experience with hemlock, what's the same and what's different with Torreya and hemlock?
Well, they both like sunlight. They apparently can grow quite close together. It's a similarity.
Can hemlock do what we see it doing here?
No.
Okay, so hemlock can't reach out like this. What about, does hemlock do any basal sprouting?
Not like Torreya. Many
Okay.
more in Torreya.
Okay. Now, your experience with Torreya here in western North Carolina, have you ever seen any diseases on any of the Torreyas? I mean, these are the oldest ones that are still alive. The Norlena tree, I think, is dead. Oh, the Columbus tree down in Georgia is definitely way older.
I don't see any needle disease or any cankers on this one.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what's interesting here is, given the size of these trees, but what's here, it looks to me that when Harbison planted these in the 1920s, he built his house in 1921. It's now on the National Historic Register. When Harbison planted these in the 1920s, he built his house in 1921. It's now on the National Historic Register. They probably had a lot of sun. They probably could grow real well. And so these are about 90 years old.
This tree is a female.
Oh, right. We got to look for that. Okay, let me go in here. This is good. Yeah, okay, we need to check that out. But first of all, for being 90 years old and having a lot of sun to grow in, they look like they're very slow growing. The one in Columbus is way huge. I would imagine the one in Columbus has to be 200, 250 years old. Okay, what are you finding here?
Nothing here.
Okay.
No reproductive.
Does it take 2 years for the seeds to mature? What's the deal on these things? I've never seen them year-round.
I think just one.
One? Okay. Yeah. Oh, here's a cute little buckeye right here. Get a sense of the forest floor here. What's interesting is when they're at the edge of their own grove, they definitely will drip their leaves down as much as they can. They will pick up sun wherever they can. Moving into the grove again. Wow, now this one has, you can see a number on the left, but it's got a pretty big one here on the right. That what's coming out right here is extending from that big basal sprout. Let's see how high up it goes, if I can follow it. Yes, I can follow it. There it goes up, up, up. Goes up to right about the center of the picture there.
Here's another fruiting structure, Connie, right here.
Okay, I'm coming around. Oh, whoa, that's lovely. Oh my gosh, those are big. Oh,
that's a male.
That's male.
Because this is irregular.
Oh.
So this is going to produce the pollen due to these bumps.
Right. So we need to know this. This is good. Here's a vegetative growth right there.
This is male.
Okay, I'm coming over.
No, let's take it back. Female.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Because thus far, let's see. All right. Let's see
this
what
is
you got.
pointed.
Okay, hold on. Let me get it close up here.
See the little pointed? I believe isn't that a female?
Hold on. Yeah, the female, it doesn't have the round globules, and I've always found it more angular. It's got like more angular type things on it. That is definitely a female. So that dead tree there is where I started off the video, and I showed 2 saplings growing there. Back down here towards the road, this light colored green here. Would we call this a sapling at this stage?
Seedling.
Seedling still. Look at the health of this. Now, even though
Under a dogwood tree.
Okay, dogwood there. Now I'm looking straight up. So this is what it contends with in the summer. What's to the left of me here?
Illyriodendron, dogwood, and black cherry.
That's a big one there.
And
Okay.
Carolina hemlock.
Oh, look we got, okay, Carolina hemlock, and I see some adelgids on it. Right here. Carolina hemlock. Okay, so let's take a look top down on this thing. What's interesting is how this is growing. Look at its growth form here. Very interesting is how much it grows in a year. So you can see last year, what would this be, about 4, maybe 5 inches? Let's get a look at that. That's how much it would have grown last year.
5 inches.
Okay, and the previous terminal looks like, again, about 5 inches.
No less. 3.5.
3.5, okay. And then let's take I always like to do a top down, see what it's going to be doing this year from its very terminal. Okay, what has it got in there? Oh yeah, it's got a little green thing coming out. It's going to go up again this year. It's got a doubles and triples on all the ends. There's a triple.
Okay, the lateral has grown 4 3/4 inch.
Okay, let me get over to there. Where are you here? Oh, okay, that's a good thing to know. Okay. Yeah, so here's the growth form. This is a good one for seeing when we're beyond the initial seedling side. This is how it grows. How many layers does it have that are still photosynthesizing before the needles drop off? Let me see, there's 1, 2, how do I see in there?
So this limb has grown 32 inches in 8 years.
32 inches in 8 years, okay. And Jack, if this grew a terminal every year...
Some have fallen off.
Yeah. So, let's see, this branch here, that branch there still has vegetative growth on it. Oh, and so does this one. Look at that. That still has vegetative growth. Okay, so we've got 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer, 5 layers still have vegetative growth. The lower 2 just on one side.
So if this limb is 8 years, 9, 10, 11 years, it's been growing just on the top part. 12, 13, 14. This tree is over 14 years old.
14 years old. And what's interesting here is obviously this came from a seed. And at least at this point, it's not bothering to put up any basal sprouts. Right next to it here, we see a self-seeded white pine. We've got a gigantic white pine over on the other side of the property here. But you can see there are also things planted here like daffodils, lilies. Here's a view from the road below the house. There's the house in the center there. And then you can see the grove, that dark green conifer right in the center. There's the grove. What's that tall deciduous tree in front of the grove, Jack?
Basswood.
Basswood, okay. So this is what it looks like here. We haven't seen any evidence on this side of the road of it coming through, and you can see a lot of the brambles over on that edge there. Property continues over kind of to the top of the hill on this side. And here's the road. But I haven't seen no sign of Torreya here.